So, want to talk today about what you can do or what your player can do to help themselves and be ready for camps. So, camp season, it's actually getting ready to wind down, but this is something that you can be able to do if your player is going to a camp, going to a combine, going to a showcase, going to a college ID camp situation, whatever it may be for them. I want them to be able to have some tools or some things to remember. So number one, the first thing I would say is to make sure that you introduce yourself to the coach. And it seems so basic, seems like common sense, but you will be surprised the number of players who I said, "Hey, did you talk to the coach? Were you able to talk to him and chat with him?" And they said, "No, I wasn't able to talk to the coach. I was scared, I was nervous, or whatever it may be." And I was like, "This is your chance to introduce yourself. This is a chance for them to talk to them. This is a chance to even just for them to put a face to the name. If you were maybe sending emails in the past, if this is a college ID showcase type of thing, this is a chance for you to introduce yourself. Like, you need to talk to them. You need to be able to go and ask for feedback. So first things first, make sure you talk to your coach. Make sure you talk to the coach who is going to be at one of these ID camps, or even if you're just at a trial or whatever, you should definitely go introduce yourself to the coach or to the trainer in charge. Number two is introduce yourself to the teammates. Now, again, I know how tough it is. Obviously, in the past, we actually had Gabriel Farfan. He told us a little bit about how sometimes the players on the teams won't talk to you if you're going into like a pro trial. Usually, you don't have that situation as much as college ID camps. You most of the times players are going to be talking to each other. They're going to introduce themselves, but you be the one who goes out there and talking and trying to just be able to ask players just a little bit about their background. And even if you don't want to do that, at least make sure you introduce yourself to your teammates. Ask them, do you want the ball behind? Do you want it to their feet? Do you want it right foot? Do you want it left foot? Do you want, asking those questions just helps to ease the tension. Obviously, ask them their name, right? Talk to them, right, about how you like your passes. You want them behind, to your feet, right foot, left foot. It's just stuff like that goes a long way to helping you to mesh and to be a little bit more comfortable in the camp. And then finally, go out there and play your best, right? Do not play scared or nervous. Expect yourself to be perfect. And that's what I feel a lot of players when they go into camp, they feel like they have to be perfect. And I've told this story, I may have told this story. I had a player who went out to my D camp and he just said, I thought I had to be perfect. And so when I messed up, I went down, I couldn't get out of my funk. And I said, "You don't expect yourself to be perfect in games." And he was like, "No." And I was like, I've seen you play. You don't play like that at all. You can't put this undue pressure when you're in an evaluation setting. You go out there and you play to the very best of your ability. Trust the work that you've put in and go out there and play. And if you make a mistake, then you adjust, you learn from it, and then you move on. And it's easy to say and sometimes much harder to do. So I try to tell players no one's going to be perfect. No one's expecting you to be perfect. What they're looking for are the little habits that you built, right? Are you trying to play forward if you're a midfielder? If you're a defender, are you a good communicator, right? Do you understand your position? If you're a forward, do you understand the movement that you need to make? Are you willing to play defense? Are you willing to make runs and sometimes not hit the ball, right? Goalkeeper, same thing. They're looking for all these different things. They're not just looking for you to be able to be perfect. So that's what I would say to players. They're not expecting you to be perfect. What they're expecting is if you're a player that can fit into what they prize, right, and what they value for their team. And so that's what I would say to players. Number one, introduce yourself to the coach. Number two, introduce yourself to your teammates. And number three, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Go out there, play, have fun, enjoy the moment, enjoy the opportunity, but make sure that you're a player that is not just going out there and trying to play safe, or not going out there and just trying to be that scared to make a mistake. Let me know what you guys think of these tips, if they've helped you, if you have If you know these things, if you want more of these types of videos, I love talking about this stuff.